2021 Mercedes AMG GLE 63S first test, searching for sanity in an SUV world gone mad. How does the newest AMG SUV stack up against the best of the steroidal best? A few weeks back I drove the 2021 Mercedes AMG GLE 63S. However, that was just a first drive, meaning I drove AMG's new top-shelf performance SUV around Los Angeles for a day, gave you my opinions about the vehicle and how it drives, and then speculated about its performance. Lots of guesswork, one could say, even if some of it was fairly educated. Fast forward half a month, and the Motor Trend test team was able to put the new GLE 63S through its instrumented paces. The result? High and mighty. Mercedes AMG has entered rarefied air with its new 603 horsepower GLE 63S. By my count, and not counting its fraternal twin GLS 63, there are presently 12 production SUVs that make 600 HP or more. In alphabetical order: Bentley Bentayga, both the 600 HP W12 and 626 HP Speed, the driven but as yet untested BMW X5M/X6M and X5/X6M Competition, the 707 HP Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, the 641 HP Lamborghini Urus, the 670 HP Porsche Cayenne Turbo SE Hybrid, and Coupe, and the Rolls-Royce Cullinan Black Badge, which squeaks in with 600 horses. That's it? The Audi RS Q8 and Maserati Levante Trofeo? Pikers? They each fall 9 or 10 HP shy. Acura, Cadillac, Infiniti, Lexus, Jaguar. They got nothing close. One outlier that does need to be mentioned is Tesla's Model X, which makes 532 horsepower yet is dripping with 713 lb-ft of torque. The question, then, is this: of the dozen super SUVs listed above, how does the 2021 GLE 63S stack up? The 48-volt powertrain. Before we get to that, just a bit about what's under the GLE 63S hood. Chiefly, a twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 that's good for 603 HP and 627 lb-ft of torque. There's also a hybrid motor pancaked into the transmission that offers up 21 HP and 184 lb-ft of torque, though the latter mostly provides torque fill when the gasoline engine isn't on full boil. The GLE 63S sports a 9-speed transmission that sends power to all four wheels. Big, fat Brembo brakes slow down big, fat 22-inch wheels, covered in big, fat, sticky rubber. Air springs work with a 48-volt active anti-roll bar and active, magnetic fluid engine mounts to help sort out the AMG's 5,467 pounds while cornering. AMG GLE 63S performance. For non-drag racing aficionados, the number one most important performance metric is 0 to 60 miles per hour. In my first drive story I predicted that the GLE 63S would be quicker than the 3.7-second run Mercedes claimed it would do. I was right. We got the GLE 63S to 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds. That's, obviously, nuts for such a heavy SUV. Where does it rank amongst the other super SUVs we've tested? 6th place. The Urus, 3.0 seconds to 60 miles per hour, quickest SUV we've ever tested. Bentayga Speed, 3.1 seconds, Model X P90D and Porsche Cayenne Turbo, 3.2 seconds, and Jeep Trackhawk, 3.3 seconds, are all a bit quicker. Still, 3.4 seconds to 60 miles per hour is stupid quick. The 760 horsepower, though RWD, Shelby Mustang GT500 needs 3.6 seconds. As far as drag racing the quarter-mile run goes, I guessed 12 seconds flat. I was wrong. This AMG cracks into the 11s, at 11.9 seconds at 115.2 miles per hour. That's a tenth of a second behind a 797 HP Dodge Challenger Hellcat Red Eye by our stopwatch. 1/10 behind that pesky Porsche, too. In terms of super SUVs, like with 0 to 60 miles per hour, the GLE 63 South sits in 6th place behind the Urus, our quickest ever SUV at 11.3 seconds, Bentayga Speed, 11.5 seconds, and in a tie for 3rd, the Jeep Trackhawk and Tesla Model X, 11.7 seconds. Right on the AMG's heels is the 505 horsepower 2020 Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio at 12 seconds flat, though the Italian weighs 1,100 pounds less. Of note, both the Bentley and the Lamborghini have trap speeds over 120 miles per hour, 120.7 and 120.1 miles per hour, respectively, which leads me to believe that the big Bentayga makes way more power than advertised. Speed, indeed. Braking from 60 miles per hour happens in 104 feet, nearly the shortest stopping distance of any super SUV we've ever tested. A current gen Porsche Cayenne Turbo, not the S, stops from 60 miles per hour in 100 feet, 2 feet shorter than any other SUV we've tested. The previous generation X6M did the deed in 105 feet, and the Tesla Model X takes 106 feet. The Urus takes 107, and both the Stelvio QF and the Trackhawk stop from 60 miles per hour in 108 feet. Our Figure 8 test is great for separating the performance car wheat from the huge horsepower chaff. It's relatively easy to add huge horsepower to a mall mobile. Getting said soccer schlepper to quickly corner, well, that's a higher order of engineering magnitude. I typically say that anything in the 24-second range is pretty damn good, whereas anything under 23 seconds can be thought of as possessing world-class handling. The Mercedes AMG GLE 63S covers our 1,600-foot double circle in 25.0 seconds. That's almost pretty good. Compared to all the other super SUVs we're talking about, the AMG is toward back of the pack. The previous generation GLE 63S Coupe, we never tested the non-coupe for whatever reason, could do it 25.2, while the Tesla can do it in 25.1 seconds. The Jeep Trackhawk, which curiously began life as the last generation GLE, in the Daimler-Chrysler divorce, Jeep got the SUV bones for the Grand Cherokee from Benz, manages a 24.7 second lap. The Trackhawk is a giggle-inducing hoot, but I'd never call it a sports car. The 5,606-pound Bentayga, somehow, recorded a 24.6 second lap, whereas the Cayenne Turbo, 23.9, and the Urus, 23.5 seconds, both broke into the 23-second range, a seemingly impossible achievement. Not too long ago 23-second laps were the near-exclusive domain of Porsche GT offerings, sticky tire Corvettes, and Vipers with ironing boards as wings. What a world. Conclusion. One quick note before we go on. Yes, there is a GLE 63, non-S, but like Mercedes AMG decided with its hot E-Class sedans, the non-S is never coming to American soil. Pay it no mind. What do we make of this AMG, then, the GLE 63S? Well, it certainly is quick, in a classic, more muscle than brains AMG sort of way. But is it quick enough? Keeping money out of the equation for a moment, you can purchase quicker, better handling SUVs. But if you're worried about dollar signs, only the Jeep Trackhawk is a better value, starting at just over $90,000 and usually leaving dealer lots for right around $100,000. The GLE 63S starts life at about $115,000, and has tested this brilliant blue metallic puppy stickers for $133,075. That's around $5,000 less than a Model X P100D. The Porsche starts life in the $125,000 neighborhood and climbs north quick. The Bentley and the Lamborghini both start at more than $200,000. What would I choose? Of the SUVs mentioned, I'd take the Urus. Duh. If that's too much Skrilla, then I'd go Trackhawk. Though if I were actually in the market for a great, big, overpowered, overpriced SUV, I would go with the new 2021 Mercedes AMG GLE 63. A bit numb to the touch, a tick slower, but worlds more appealing. What a Bentley should drive like. Yeah, I'm that guy. Base price $114,945. Price as tested $133,075. Vehicle layout: front engine, AWD, 5-pass, 4-door SUV. Engine 4.0L/603 HP/627 lb foot twin-turbo DOHC 32-valve V8, plus 21 HP/184 lb foot elec motor, 603 HP combined. Transmission 9-speed automatic. Curb weight, F/RDIST, 5,467 pounds, 56.44%. Wheelbase 117.9 in. Length x width x height 190.0 x 79.5 x 70.2 in. 0 to 60 miles per hour 3.4 sec. Quarter mile 11.9 sec at 115.2 miles per hour. Braking, 60 to 0 miles per hour 104 feet. Lateral acceleration 0.93 g, average. MT figure 8 25.0 sec at 0.78 g, average. EPA city/highway/com fuel econ 14/18/15 mpg. Energy cons, city/highway 241/187 kWh/100 miles. Code 2 emissions, com 1.25 lb/mile.